going on, everybody? Welcome to another installment of BrickWall Reviews. That's right, I'm back. Hey, I'm back. Before I get started, I remind you guys, go ahead, hit that like button down below, subscribe to the channel, and let me rewind real quick. I'm here tonight to talk about The Last of Us, the TV show The Last of Us, right? So this week I got a secret theme going on, right? Somebody guessed it already, but if you haven't guessed it yet, let me know your guess down in the comment section down below or on our social media pages. We're on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and on Twitch as well. But before I get into the review, yeah, like I said, just let me know what you think the secret theme is for this week and what our last review for this week is going to be. Because if you guess the theme, you probably can guess what the last review this week is going to be. So let me go back to what I was saying before. Before I get into this review, I'm going to remind you guys, go ahead, hit that like button down below, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, leave a comment down below. We do these videos live, so make sure you can tune in live to our reviews here on the channel. And before I even get into my review, though, I have something very, very special to tell y'all. Hey, guess what? We got a sponsor. It's time for an ad. So check it. I know it's late at night. You're watching this. Probably had a long day. Probably watching this in the middle of your work schedule, right? Probably feeling a little tense, ready to get off work. And when you get off work, you might be thinking, what can I do to relax? Well, our sponsors at Diet Smoke know just what to tell you. What's Diet Smoke? I'm glad you asked. Diet Smoke, everybody. That's right. I want to thank our official sponsor, Diet Smoke, for sponsoring this here review. So Diet Smoke, these are Delta 8 gummies, right? Check it out. And on YouTube, I'm not peddling drugs. I gotta let y'all know I'm not peddling nothing illegal. I'm not peddling drugs. This is 100% legal. All right. So these have low levels of THC in it. So if you don't like to smoke the marijuana blunts, you don't like to get high or too high, like that crazy feeling you get, then Diet Smoke is what's for you. It's 100% hemp derived. It's lab tested for good potency. And let me tell you something. This is some of the most highest rated. Y'all see me going. This is some of the highest rated Delta 8, Delta 9 product out there. You see, they got them in different flavors, delicious flavors. I'm getting my sample coming up this week, and I cannot wait to officially try it. I've been wanting to try this for so long. I cannot wait to try it. You see all these flavors they got here: strawberry, blue lemonade, blueberry lemonade. They got let's see, what else? What's the other flavors they got on here? They have some mojito lime. If you like the little mojito lime, cranberry mimosa, tangerine, grapefruit, so many different flavors on here. And if you're not really into the gummies, then they have drinks. Let me see if I can find that page with the drinks. They got drinks, they got vapes, they got all different types of stuff, and they even got some merch if you want to walk around with some cool ass merch. But check this out, right? Diet Smoke, like I said, is something that give you a nice, relaxing feeling instead of the crazy high that you can get sometimes from smoking something regular. It can really, it does wonders for you. Not like I said, I'm getting myself. I cannot wait to have it. But in the meantime, if you want to try Diet Smoke, then you go to dietsmoke.com and you use the promo code BrickWall23. That's right. I got a promo code. I'm going to save y'all money. 15% off of your first order at dietsmoke.com. Make sure you enter the promo code BrickWall23. Get 15% off your first order. So go ahead. Go to dietsmoke.com. You got all the, you probably wonder, what is this Delta 8? What is this Diet Smoke? What is all this? Well, they have all this information on their website. I can give you all the information, but we'll be here all night. But I've heard someone say that when they're talking about Diet Smoke, they say it's like having a glass of wine instead of a bottle of tequila, right? You want to relax a little bit. You know, you take a nice little glass of wine, take a nice little sip of wine, as opposed to taking a nice little shot of tequila. You end up all drunk and everything. Diet Smoke got you, man. Diet Smoke, like I said, instead of smoking the blunt, clogging your lungs, you don't like to smoke. You don't want your lungs to be crazy. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to have all these crazy edible trips and feeling like you're going to die, have all these psychological attacks. No, you take Diet Smoke and you'll just relax. You'll be smooth, have a nice little trip. They got a lot of different flavors for a lot of different vibes. They got it for if you want to be active, for if you want to just chill, for if you want to go to sleep. So I'm gonna stop talking to y'all about this. Just make sure y'all visit dietsmoke.com, enter the promo code BrickWall23 to get 15% off your first order. And I want to thank Diet Smoke for sponsoring the channel. And as always, I want to thank you guys for sponsoring us as well. So make sure you hit that dietsmoke.com promo code BrickWall23. All right, so let's get into the review. Y'all see, I was hyped about that. So The Last of Us. This is the TV show based off of the very, very, very popular video game, same title, The Last of Us. And honestly, right off the bat, I watched all episodes. I know the big question is, why didn't I do weeklies for these episodes? Why didn't I do weeklies for the show? My weeklies have been stalled. Okay, I've been wanting to. It's just my energy levels haven't been that high. I just really, a lot of life changes, just trying to get a grip on my current schedule now. But that aside, I always said I was going to do the full series as a whole anyway, and this is a great week for me to do this. So, this show, if you played the game, you already know what this is about. But for those of you who haven't played the game, The Last of Us pretty much follows a post-apocalyptic world in which it's not necessarily zombies, but they're infected people, because there is a in the game, it's an airborne thing. It's from cordyceps that come from fungi and things like that end up infecting people and turning them into what one would consider zombies. And this follows two characters, Joel and Ellie. And Ellie, she is immune to the virus. She's immune to the virus, and Joel is tasked to take her to a location where they can figure out how they can turn her immunity into a cure to save all mankind. The show does take a couple of differences in there. It's been a while since I played the game in full. But I gotta say, for one, I absolutely loved the game. I have loved that game. I played it during the second wave of hype that it had, because it had the first wave when it first came out. I didn't play because I didn't have PS4 at the time. But that second wave, where you had the greatest hits on the top of the box cover, y'all, if you know, you know. But that's when I kind of played it, and I absolutely loved that game. I heard nothing but good things about that game, and jumping in and playing that, it did not disappoint. And I can say that the show is the exact same way. This show is amazing, and the liberties that they take with the show only enhance the story that we've already played through, right? I don't want to talk too much. I don't want to spoil a lot of the show for you, but they do things with certain characters from the game that you will probably only read about in little in-game notes, or you will hear about in like passing sentences, or wouldn't really get that much development on. They do develop and flesh out the world. There's one episode that focuses on a set of characters that were in the game, but not really. By the time you see them in the game, they're already dead. But they spend a whole episode focused on them. It's a nice little love story. And honestly, I love the hell out of that episode. Like, a part of me inside was crying by the end of the episode. Not on the outside, like, it didn't hit me that deep, but on the inside, I was like, damn, it was really good. This show has been hailed for being part of the reason the video game curse is being broken. Just because this is such an amazing product to come out of this game. And it could have been really easy for this show to take the route of The Walking Dead, which I hear a lot of people say that. I've heard a lot of people say that. I've heard a lot of people make that comparison of how this could have been The Walking Dead. And by that, I mean, and no disrespect to people who love The Walking Dead, but taking all these unnecessary seasons and unnecessary episodes to really reach the point. This first season is the entire first game, and it's amazing. Like, the things that they change, again, works for the show. It doesn't work against it. It works for it. It fleshes things out. It gives you a different perspective. It gives you more of an attachment, a different attachment to the characters. I absolutely loved it. The show is like about 8 episodes long. Each one going about between like maybe an hour, about like maybe like 40 something minutes to like an hour and a half, maybe is the longest one. But yeah, so I mean, I can't really, like I said, I really can't say as like the plot is simple. Like I said, Joel, who's played by Pedro Pascal in this, I loved his performance. Pedro Pascal, for those of you who don't know, he plays the Mandalorian. What else was he in? That's the better question. What else was he in? I don't really know much of what Pedro Pascal was in. I think he has a movie with Nicolas Cage. But if you watch The Mandalorian, he is Din Djarin from in The Mandalorian, which is when he takes his helmet off. Okay, but anyway, so this show is really really good. Like I said, like the performances are good. Ellie is played by, y'all know, never have my notes ready. Ellie is played by Bella Ramsey, who does a really good job. No, she doesn't look like the Ellie or I didn't find a problem with her acting. I didn't find a problem with how she portrayed the character in the show. I didn't have a problem with any of that. I thought it was really great. People are always gonna have people gonna have their issues though. Not me though. I thought it was great. And what I do find interesting about the show as well is that a lot of the voice cast from the game they all make appearances in the show, which is amazing. Like they had the same actress that played Marlene in the game play her in the show. So when you're watching and you see that character Marlene in the show, that's the exact same actress who played her in the game. I thought that was dope. The voice actress for Ellie in the game is in the show. I'm not going to tell you what role she plays. I'm not going to tell you what episode, but when you see it, you're like, dang, that's pretty dope. Even the voice actor for Joel is in the show. And again, not going to tell you what character he plays, but you will be pleasantly surprised. And you'll love it, I think, if you're a fan of the game. But what if you're not a fan of the game? Are you going to enjoy the show? Are you going to be able to watch this show and feel connected to the characters? Feel as though this is something you can watch just casually and enjoy, something you can get excited about every week or every year when they do new seasons and everything, because there is going to be more than 2 seasons. Like I said, just because they covered the first game, there's 2 games. There's 2 games. The Last of Us Part 1, The Last of Us Part 2. And Part 2, I heard they're not going to just do it in one season. It's going to be more than one season. So that's exciting to hear. And I have to finish that game. So on Twitch, make sure y'all follow me on Twitch, because I'm going to hop back in that game. Eventually I'm gonna start hop back into my gameplay. But that aside, can you, as a person who's never heard of this game, who's never touched the game controller, who hasn't even looked at a PS4 outside of your cousin's house, right? Can you enjoy this show? My answer to that is abso-freaking-lutely. Me, like I said, me as a person who played the game, of course my experience was a little different, but again, let me emphasize, I have not played this game in a long time. It's been a few years since I played this game. That said, watching the show, I was just like, yeah, I got that extra hype out of it. Like, oh, I remember that from the game. Oh, I remember this from the game. Oh, they translated this in the game. Oh, I can't wait till they do this and that. But it's like taking that out of it. Excuse me. Taking that out of it, because I've talked to a few people who haven't played the game, who never even knew it was a game. And I used to talk to some people who watch this, like after every episode, every week, I'll run into this person. We talk about the show. And she was like, yo, me and my husband watching this show. This is an amazing show. Like, it's so good. Like, I was like on the edge of my seat. Like, she's like, you played this as a game? You played this? Like, I can't imagine what you went through. I was like, I couldn't do it. I couldn't pick up a controller and play this. So she and her family are enjoying this show on a level. It's like, yo, like, this is dope entertainment. And so, like, yeah, that answers your question. Yes, you can absolutely watch this show having not played the game, having known nothing about the game. You can absolutely enjoy the show. It is like, it's from the first episode, from the opening of the first episode, which is something that wasn't even in the game. It was amazing, because like, I loved it because, not to spoil it, but they practically say, yo, if X, Y, and Z happens, we're fucked. That's essentially what they say. And it does so, and that was amazing to me, because you don't really always get like the scientific explanation behind the zombie breakout, which is what this first episode does. It gives you that scientific explanation to what you're about to see happen, and it's really really good. They every moment of every episode is used very effectively. Like nothing feels like filler. And for people who thought that things felt like filler, that's wild because like everything connected, everything made sense, and everything was enjoyable to watch. You know, the for those of you who played the game, when they did the clickers, oh, I was excited. The clickers are the type of infected that they can't really see you, but they can hear you. And you make the slightest noise when they're around, they're gonna come and they're gonna beat. When I say beat the life out of you, dog, I mean they really gonna beat you. Like they really wow, 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 like they attacking you, like you done. So I love that aspect of it. The tension in the game in the show reminded me of just like playing the game. Like it really made me want to hop back into the game. Like I'm not gonna hold you. It was a really good and enjoyable show. So really, I mean, I knew I was. This is part of why I didn't do weeklies because I knew I was going to come on here and say literally the exact same thing every week, which was this is such an amazing show. This was such an amazing episode. This was such amazing television, and it helps because this has not only the one of the people who created the show Chernobyl, which I've never watched. It was on HBO, but I never watched it. I didn't know much about it. But it also has the involvement from the director of the game. Like he's directly involved with the show, not just like producer or consultant. Like, no, he's sitting there writing episodes and putting feedback and input and things like and like actually fleshing out this world on the show as if he's like recreating the game. So this was a very, very great show. I do highly recommend it. It's all episodes are now streaming on HBO Max in its entirety. And but when it comes back next year, I would assume next year, it'll be coming on HBO on a weekly basis, but still whatever HBO Max will be at the time, I don't have time to explain that sentence. But whatever HBO Max will be at the time, I'm pretty sure it'll still be on HBO Max next day or same day. Excuse me. But yeah, overall though, I'm pretty sure y'all can already tell I'm giving this show a 5-star review. 5 stars. I absolutely thought this was great. Just knowing that there is a way to be faithful to these games and make something that's thoroughly entertaining. And I like the trend we're going on right now, right? And if you haven't figured out the theme by now for the week, hey, it's video games. I'm doing video game adaptations. And if you can't figure out what the last one of this week is going to be, you're not thinking hard enough or you're thinking too hard. Okay. But that aside, like I said, I don't think I had any dislikes of the show. I loved it. Like I said, I loved every single episode. Even the episode that was a love story. I very much loved that episode. Yeah, and I think this was good. So I can't wait to see what happens with season 2. Hopefully I beat The Last of Us Part 2 as video game by then, because I'm not even, to answer y'all question, I have not even scratched the surface of that game. Like I literally have gotten I'm embarrassed to tell y'all where I'm at in the game, but it's not far at all. And I've had this game since it came out. So take that as you will. But like I said, so it's a 5-star review. I love this show. Make sure y'all check it out. The Last of Us, like I said, streaming on HBO Max, all 8 episodes in its entirety. So yeah, check it out. And I'm pretty sure you'll enjoy it as well. Let me know in the comment section down below if you enjoy it. And if you enjoyed this if you enjoyed this review, hit the like button down below. Subscribe to the channel. Help me reach 100 subscriber goal. My 100 subscriber goal, if I hit 100 subscribers, right? When I hit 100 subscribers, I'm going to review all of the live action Disney movies. Yes, all of the live action Disney remakes, should I say. And if we can do it before The Little Mermaid comes out, I will do all of them, and including The Little Mermaid. Okay, so y'all get to see like my day 1 review of The Little Mermaid. But let's make that happen, because there's a lot of these live action remakes. Like it's quite a few. And so if I want to do it for The Little Mermaid comes out, y'all might want to help me get the 100 subscribers like this month, like maybe this week, maybe today when you subscribe and you tell your friends to subscribe. But anyway, that's all I have for you guys tonight. I want to thank you all for tuning in. I want to thank our sponsor, Diet Smoke. Again, if you want to try Diet Smoke, I want to learn more about Diet Smoke, make sure you visit the website dietsmoke.com, enter promo code BrickWall23 for 15% off your first order. Again, I want to thank Diet Smoke for sponsoring this channel and sponsoring this review. And I want to thank you all again for tuning in. Join us here again tomorrow night for another review. I'm going to be doing Uncharted, I think, or Detective Pikachu, whichever one first comes, whichever one I feel like doing. But best way to find out which one I'm going to do is to subscribe to the channel, tune in, and follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Oh, Instagram. Y'all getting some reviews too. Don't think I forgot about y'all. Or y'all getting some reviews. And if you follow us on Instagram, this is the last thing I'm gonna say before I go, right? If you follow us on Instagram, you will, without a shadow of a doubt, know what movie I'm reviewing this week on Friday. Y'all will know what the last review of the week will be if you follow us on Instagram. So make sure you follow us: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch. Stay tuned. And until next time, be easy, stay breezy. Dietsmoke.com, promo code BrickWall23, 15% off your first order. And until next time, peace.